8.5 solving linear systems by elimination, also known as combination. No solution, and that applies to the ones that we've already learned. If you solve it and your variables cancel out and you get 4 equals 8, false, that's not true. So no solution if you have different numbers. If the equation works out where your variables cancel out and your 8 equals 8, your numbers are the same, that's true. So that is what? That is the same line. That would be your infinitely many solutions. What does this no solution? If it's no solution, what do your lines look like on a graph? They are parallel. Infinitely many, they are the same. All right, and here are the steps that we're going to do today in day 1. However, the multiplying part, that is what we're going to add in tomorrow on day 2. Okay, now on today's homework, everything's all nicely lined up for you. As you notice in this example, we have how many x's here, by the way? Make sure you put your assumed 1. See if you're assumed positive or negative. Positive, and then here we have a positive 3x, right? Now over here we have a positive 2y and a negative 2y, and at the end 5 and 11. Now what you want to look for is any variables that have opposite coefficients, meaning that they have the possibility of canceling each other out. Do the 1x and the 3x have opposite coefficients? No, they're both positive. Those won't cancel out. Even if this was a 3 plus 3x, would those cancel each other out? No. You'd have a plus 6x. You have to have here. Positive 2y, negative 2y. What happens there? Those cancel each other out, make 0. Well, then if I combine what's left over here? 4x equals 16. Now I can divide both sides by 4. X equals what? 4. So I'm done with the first part of my ordered pair. So we know, since we had x equals a number, x equals 4, it's the first one in our ordered pair, we know that we can't have no solution or infinitely many for an answer. That's not an option now. We know it's one solution, so now let's go up here and find the y. You can use either one of the equations that you want. Doesn't matter. You pick. You get the same answer if you do your math correctly in either one. So our x is a 4. Say I use this one. And I put a 4 here. So 4 plus 2y equals 5. What do I do first to solve that equation? Yep, minus 4 from both sides. Now I have 2y equals what? Positive 5 and a negative 4 is 1. Now I divide both sides by. What does y equal? 1/2. And you are done. So your ordered pair where that system intersects is at 4 and negative 1/2. Now sometimes what happens if, say I have 4y plus x equals 5, and then I have a negative 4y minus x equals a negative 5. What would happen in this problem? What happens to my 4y and my negative 4y? They cancel each other out. What happens here to my plus 1x and my minus 1x? Those cancel each other out. What happens if I have 5 and I'm negative 5? So what would be my answer here? I would have 0 equals 0. So is it no solution? That would be infinitely many, because it's true. So that would be infinitely many. Now what if this was a 6? So over here, these all cancel out, and I have what over here? What's 6 minus 5? So what's over here? What would that one be? That would be no solution. Those lines would be parallel. Okay. Now we have example B. All nicely lined up. Which set of terms will cancel each other out here? The y's, the x's, or the constants? X. We're all going with the what? X. Right, because a negative 3x and a positive 3x cancels out. Now what do I have left? What do I have left over here?
3y.
Good, because you put your assumed 1 in there, so I have 3y equals, what's left over here?
21.
21, battle of the integers, positive wins by 21, divide both sides by 3. What does y equal? 7. First or second?
Second.
Yep. All right, on your boards, hold up what x will be now. Put that 7 into either one of these equations. Figure out what your x will be and hold it up on your board. If you solved it, you should have gotten what? Negative 3. So if I put y, if I use this top one, 7 equals a negative 3x minus 2. What do I have to do to both sides to solve that? Plus 2 to both sides. Now I have what? 9 equals, I'm going to write it over here. 9 equals negative 3x. Divide both sides by? Nicely done. Nobody even held up a positive 3, so very nicely done. You divide by a negative 3. Positive 9 divided by a negative 3 is x equals a negative 3. All right? Give you a minute to come up with the answer for C. Now remember, you have 2 B's accidentally on your notes, so cross out that next one. I got duplicated. Go to the example C and hold up your answer on your boards when you come up for this one. You all came up with no solution, and that is correct. This 4x minus 4x is 0. Positive 3y, negative 3y, well, that also is 0. So we have 0 left on this side. 17 minus 5 is 12. That is false. So our answer is no solution. Okay, hold up your answer for D when you get it, please. What happened to our x's? What is a x minus x? This is a 1x and a minus 1x. What happens? They cancel out and make 0 left on this side. What's 5y minus 5y? 0. So this one is infinitely many solutions. All right, the last one, E. Don't hold it up on your boards. Just raise your hand. I'll look at it on your paper. As soon as you get the correct answer for E, I'll give you your homework packet, pages 1 and 2 for tomorrow. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. Be careful if you use this one. Be careful for this negative sign in front of the Y. Think of your rules for that part of it when you get to that. All right, everybody got this part where the 3x and the negative 3x, that's the part that cancels out. Now we have a negative 1y plus 5y. What does that turn into? 4y. Negative 1 and a positive 5 is a positive 4y equals, and then we have a battle of the integers over here. Positive 11, negative 31, negative wins by 20, negative 20. So now we divide both sides by 4. Y equals negative 5. So we have that part of our ordered pair. The y's are negative 5. So now we got to go up here and use one of the equations. I want to use this top one. 3x minus y. What is our y? Minus 5 equals 11. What happens here? That's why I said watch out for your signs. You get 3x. Now what does this turn into? Negative times a negative, because that assumes 1. Negative 1 times a negative 5 is a positive 5 equals 11. And we minus 5 to both sides. We get 3x equals 6. Divide both sides by 3. What does x equal, class? We get what for our x? 2. Your ordered pair for your solution is 2, -5. All right, packet pages 1 and 2.